Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, back again for part 2 in how to play HMS Cossack in Ranked. So today, starting out here, we're going to be on Islands of Ice in Domination mode. And you're going to see that we have a match where we have 4 destroyers. The previous one we had 3, this one we have 4 for part 2 today. And you're going to see a very difficult situation that I'm going to find myself in, and we're going to try to highlight that when the time comes. But as I've discussed in the part 1 video, it's more of in that battle I discovered a little bit better how to play HMS Cossack in Ranked. I mean, you could even apply it to randoms, so on and so forth. But HMS Cossack is a ship that does really well against destroyers. She works for that really well. And you're going to kind of see that come to fruition in this battle. As for me, it was a learning curve, learning experience, because I hadn't played Cossack a lot until getting to this season of Ranked. And I got to say, I really enjoy it. I really find it fun, challenging, and engaging. So, as we start off here, you're going to see that we have 2 destroyers going right. We have the Chungmu going more central. So we'll see if I'm wondering if he's going to loop around the island, come left, before he goes past the island, or if he's going to actually go up through the center, which can be a little bit challenging. So if you've already seen, I've popped my hydroacoustic search, just because there tends to be a lot of torpedoes that get thrown into this cap when destroyers come and push in. So really trying to be mindful of that. And the destroyers on enemy team, we have a Z-44, there's a Kitikaze, an Osir Ortland, and a Lo Yang. And so instantly you've already seen 2 destroyers pop up here. See the Lo Yang and the Kitikaze. So rather than just stopping still and popping smoke, because the Lo Yang has such a good hydroacoustic search, we just slap the engine boost and we get out. So we've tested the water, so we've seen what's going on. Now I think our Chungmu, I think he's already detected by the hydroacoustic search of the Lo Yang, but I'm not entirely sure if that is the case or not. For battleship wise, you can see we've got the one of the FDGs and one of the 2, and the on our team, we have the FDG and the Izumo pushing up with me, where the Missouri, with his 10-kilometer radar, has gone over to the BC flank. So I'm kind of distancing myself right now at the moment, just trying to reset. There was no need to push in aggressively right now at the moment, because I'm kind of waiting to see if there's some torpedoes coming, letting my battleships get a little bit closer. So they can better support me. And the FDG has hydroacoustic search, so that should help. But now I'm going to push in with my hydroacoustic search, if he doesn't have his up, to help detect torpedoes. If there's since there's none coming at me, I'm assuming they've probably fired them on the 2 friendly battleship teammates here. So yeah, there's a set. There's another set. You can see the enemy Iowa there in the background. There's a 3rd set, there's a 4th set. So there's just a lot of torpedoes coming at them. Both of them have smoked up, and I feel free to open up because I don't want to get detected for firing. Because I'm just kind of prodding around to see where exactly he might be. Checking on my teammates. And we get a fire there on one of them landing. An incapacitation. So he looks like he's going to start backing up maybe and go behind that island. As we lose our first teammate destroyer, one of the Chungmu, as our 2 Yugamos are over on the BC flank. So both of our battleship players are just not in a good position between the Kitikaze and the Lo Yang. It's just best if they get out. So that's what I tell them or asking them to do, because this is just not a good situation to be in. As we can see now, when we look at the map, we have 3 enemy destroyers here. We got 3, so the Z-44 has shown up. So this isn't looking good. Because one of the things that's quite dicey to do is turn out broadside like that when there's so many destroyers here. So FDG, he's turned out the right way, where our Izumo showing broadside to the Iowa, and still going to be destroyers focusing in on him. So just not a good situation to be in here. And then Izumo player he's turning in now. He's staying within the cap still, which is going to be interesting. So since he's providing bait for them, I'm just gonna do my best to try to get some fire here on the Z44. Because my hydroacoustic is down, I'm not gonna stay in that smoke very long. It wasn't gonna be too long before it dissipated anyhow. So we're going to go ahead and just prod the cap again, since the destroyers have gone quiet for right now. Still being patient, taking our time. No need to rush. Because you can kind of see I have my concealment range just on the edge of that island. And then we lose our Izumo to the Kitakaze with those torpedoes. So we're not too well so far at the moment. And because there are 3 destroyers here, I have to be very conscious. I have to be very cautious in how I play and selectively choose my engagements. So when I do get an opportunity to light some of the destroyers up, I'm going to have to take it, just because I'm slowly chewing down their health pools. As you saw, I was kind of doing that blind fire on the Kitakaze in the smoke. Went ahead and moved up and out, because one of the things that's dangerous is if there's 3 destroyers and I'm just sitting there in the smoke, they can just rush it and I'm dead. Because they have the wolf pack thing going on right now. It's just a decision on how they decide to execute it. If they all push together, or they don't. And it's what they don't do is I think the only reason how I'm able to pull this off. So we still have most all of our health intact at this point, which is quite nice. So basically I'm just being, I've gone dark, let them think I'm still in the smoke screen. As you can see, one player still thinks that, and he's just lighting up the smoke screen. So it's a good decoy, good distraction. When you're in a destroyer, one of the key elements you have, especially in a ship like Cossack with such good concealment, is let the enemy be where the enemy doesn't think you'll be, right? And so we got hydroacoustics detected. I get a good bit of a hit on there. And I think I said in the previous match, or the video, that Cossack has a 5.4 detectability, and it might actually be 5.5. I'm questioning that now. Could be completely wrong altogether. So yeah, so his health pool is not doing well. So I'm going to keep picking on him here. I've still got most of my health intact. And we're going to get rid of this Lo Yang. And we've gone dark again because the other 2 destroyers are seeing the back. Because the other 2 destroyers are just playing, they're playing so passively that it's allowing me to be able to pick and choose these engagements, right? And so now we have the Izumo coming up, and I'm just going to go ahead and dump, or Izumo, the Iowa, enemy Iowa, pushing up. So we're going to throw some torpedoes that way, as one of our Yugumo players is able to take out the other enemy destroyer on the opposite flank, the Austerotland. That's when we have the Z44 pop up, and then there's the Kitakaze again. So he's smoked up, and because he's detected, he's left to smoke. We're going to go ahead and take advantage of that because our FDG is going to be able to detect him, while we have the advantage here in the smoke to continue just harassing him. And you can see Z44 is just blind firing into the smoke. As you don't want to sit stationary when you are in a smoke screen. You want to keep moving around, right? That helps keep you on your feet. It helps you more proactively avoid blind fire or even torpedoes. And the fire that we set on the Kitakaze takes him out. So we've taken out 2 destroyers and still have pretty much all of our health intact, right? The battleship, honestly, the FDG kind of served as a distraction there. And we were able to take advantage of that. And basically, we're just dealing with these destroyers one at a time, for the most part, right? So because it's the Iowa is pushing in towards me, I'm going to go ahead and just go this way around the island. I'm not going to push back in on that side. So basically we'll hook around this island and we'll come back in because that Z40 Ford, he doesn't have much health left now. And our team has finished up on the right flank, so they've done really well. Well, we haven't done too hot over here and losing 2 of our battleships. So, for example, if you're in a battleship and you're on this map, let's say, for example, if you're the Missouri, you know, I think it would have benefited a bit more having the Missouri over here with the radar, since this tends to be such a highly contested cap with destroyers. You know, FDG, he was here with his hydroacoustic search, so that helps. So there's those things that will give you an edge. You know, then for example, the Izumo player could have gone down the BC flank. But I'm sure the Missouri's radar came in handy for both the Yugamos over there. So now, because we've taken out 2 of the 4 enemy destroyers, you know, we have the destroyer advantage now. So the concealment is working really well with us because Yugamos both have good concealment as well. Now, I'm not sure if this Z44 is still sitting in the smoke screen or if he's left. He's not moved still. So we're just going to instantly jump in on that. And dead. So if you looked at the mini map, right, when the FDG, you know, he had to leave, you know, had the Izumo left and the Cossack killed him rather quickly. I was the only destroyer here, dealing with 3 enemy destroyers, right? And because we were using the strengths of the Cossack in that we were selectively choosing our engagements, we were able to come out on top in dealing with this flank. And I did see the Iowa bear his guns this way, so that's why I smoked up in the first place. And so we took a little bit of damage there. I'm gonna set them on fire. So I love the Cossack shells. They have a really good chance of setting on fire per shell. And that's going to be game. So not as close as the last battle, the part 1, where this time we were able to kind of work that out a lot better. So you can see this was the battle I had right after the first one. So that's how quick the learning curve came for me. So we got 4 kills, over 5,000 damage, almost 700,000 credits with over 4,500 XP and almost 300 free XP. So all in all, really good fighting here in the Cossack, in my opinion, and just, you know, that she's built to take on other destroyers. So we're going to place top of the team, and then we're going to have one of our other Yugamo destroyer players. He's going to place second. So we got what appears to be 1,770. Yeah, base experience. And because those enemy destroyer players are rather indecisive, that really helped us to work that flank well. As you can see, you know, we did a significant chunk of damage to each of the destroyers, you know, and finish off and killing them. Of course, they had the help of the teammates chiming in there as well, but, you know, throughout that engagement, we were able to keep pretty much all of our health pool intact, even going against the Lo Yang and the Kitakaze with that insane DPM. So quite fortunate there in that regard. So, yeah, this is part 2 to how to play Cossack Unranked. You know, again, the Cossack strengths, you know, of having that great maneuverability, the propulsion, a really quick rudder shift time, great fire chance, the hydroacoustic search, you know, relatively good DPM on, you know, having the 4 turrets on board, and you get to use the torpedoes, you know, selectively in single or, you know, in that spread of 4. So whether you're gatekeeping or just maybe trying to get lucky and hitting enemy destroyer or enemy ship in general with those torpedoes. So if you liked today's battle, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you haven't subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And again, we will be having a Cossack build video coming up here in the next few days. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for part 3, as I'm also excited to share that battle as well, and just further solidifying the play style of the Cossack, particularly here in Ranked. So until next time, take care.